Why, hello everybody, it is I, Mr. Mike, and you are listening to the GamezAttack podcast here at OldFreakyGamer.com. Oh boy. Lots to talk about. Lots and lots of stuff to talk about. I didn't think I was going to be doing a podcast for this week. That's why I didn't have anything up on my schedule, due to the fact that I am recovering from the dreaded COVID virus. Yay! You know, for somebody like me where I work mostly away from people, except for, you know, sometimes I do work somewhat close to a bunch of people at a restaurant in my facility, you know, the workers themselves. But otherwise, I stay away. I'm mostly, I hate to say it, I'm mostly an antisocial being that's far away from most people most times. You know, I go to the store, I hurry up, get my groceries. If I do go to the movies, it's by myself. I don't go anywhere really. I just come back home, work out, you know, do my stuff here, podcast, game, work out in the house. I'm not really somebody that goes out and hangs out with a bunch of people, parties, stuff like that. I do live with another person, or I should say the other person lives with me, but, you know, I don't really see her too much and she don't see me. So we're basically apart. You know, it's not like I'm out there hanging out with pals and buddies and stuff. So it's like, okay, if I'm rarely out there with people and the only time I get interactions with people is basically at my job with other workers, not even really the customers, because I'm usually staying away from the customers as well, you would think I would not get this stupid virus. But hey, I guess it can hit us all, and I haven't had COVID ever. This is the first time. So it hit me hard. So hard, in fact, that, you know, had temperature for a long time, a very bad congestive throat. Oh, the worst. It felt like I was more so saying that I had flu, the flu-like symptoms, more than COVID symptoms, because when people have COVID symptoms, they usually state that you lose your taste and smell. Now, no, I don't really have a smell anyways because, shit, my nose is always clogged up. Still the same thing today. But when my nose was open up enough, I was able to smell. And, of course, I was still able to taste all my food. So even though I was positive for COVID, I even did a home test on top of the test that I did at the hospital when I went there, because I had to go to the hospital to figure that out. I was positive for it, so I had it. I'm still recovering from it. Excuse me, which you'll probably hear me cough once in a great while. But I'm pretty good. I'll be going back to my normal job this week as you listen to this podcast on Monday, which I didn't even think I was going to do because I was still having the coughing fits when I was talking, so I didn't know if I was going to do a podcast for this week. That's why I didn't put anything up, because I didn't do any live streams for 2 Fridays, because the Friday before last Friday, when I was going to do a stream, that's when I got sick. That's when I was getting sick and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not well enough to do this this whole streaming thing. So I decided against it. Thank God I did, because I was just going down plateau hill from there. So for 2 Fridays, I didn't have any streams. I did put out a kind of Cyberpunk-ish kind of video, a Let's Play. I know it wasn't pretty good at all, because I was in the middle of having COVID, so I was still bad. Still had the coughing fits and stuff, and I was trying to figure out how to play the DLC, because I did get the DLC for Cyberpunk. I'll be talking about that in a little bit, because that is something I continued to play. And having some fun with it. Mind you, in my video, I wasn't sounding so good with it and stuff because I was still sick. So I want to talk about my time with Cyberpunk. So good thing I got this cough button here so I can mute myself if I ever have to cough. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit better. And by this time, this Friday, I should hopefully be 100% to do a actual live stream again, which I'm going to let you guys know I am, because I was going to do this before, but because everything got hunky-dory and canceled, I was going to do a GameOn specials with other games and stuff. I think I was going to play, what was I going to play? It was my GameOn. I don't know. And then I was going to do a Cyberpunk thing. That got X-nayed. So basically, I decided that I was going to do for this upcoming Friday, I'll just go and play some Minecraft. Nice and simple, creative. Probably going to do a lot of spelunking. We'll see. Just going around in my Minecraft world. I'll have to set it up. I'm sure there's updates and whatnot, so I'll have to get that ready for Friday. But that's pretty much what it's going to be. It's going to be Minecraft Mining Mayhem this Friday. After that, in October, we got games coming out. We got that Forza Horizon, or not Forza Horizon, that Forza Motorsport. That one's coming out. I think that's what, the 10th or something? Forgot exactly when. When's the 10th? That's next Tuesday. So that week, probably the 13th. Whoops. Here we go again. Probably that week for the 13th, I will be doing a live stream on Friday of... Oh, excuse me. Huh. Like I said, still got some coughing going on. Hold on. Well, still recording. I don't know why I'm not stopping. Okay, am I back? Okay, you're going to have to forgive me when I'm doing this podcasting. Going to still run into some coughing and stuff like that. Still got that stuff going on. Yep, like I said, bear with me. Still feeling it in my throat a bit. But I'll try to push through this. So, I did play a bunch of games throughout the weeks that I was sick, or the week I was sick. It's not easy to play a game when you got COVID or you got flu-like symptoms because you just don't want to do anything. You're just lying there. So most of the beginning of that week, I did not play a darn thing. But later on I did. So why don't we quickly go through the games that I have played from the past week or so, give or take, and the other weeks. But mostly as I did get a chance to play around with early.
The games that have been played in the past week.
That's a good game.
Enjoy your gaming.
There we go. Had to put those in. So, we'll just get into it a bit. I was, because when I was laid out on the couch and stuff, not able to, not really able to play anything with meaning to it. I stuck with easy stuff. Thank God I got a ROG Ally. I also got a Switch, but I was most likely wanting to play my ROG Ally games, like PC-ish types of games. So, went ahead and played more Persona 4 Golden, because it's been a while since I've played a bunch of any Persona 4 Golden. I wanted to play more of it because I know there's the other Persona games coming out. So I wanted to jump ahead and, I don't know, play a bit more of that and see how far I am, which I'm not too far into. I was farther on my Vita version of Persona 4 Golden, but at that time, I really didn't know how to play the game as much as I do now. Excuse me for that. And after learning a lot how to play one of these turn-based strategies type games, from first playing from Like a Dragon, the Like a Dragon game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Persona 5 Royale. Going back to Persona 4 Golden, it taught me a lot on how to use items, battle, a whole bunch of other stuff. Stuff that I normally wouldn't have known to do back in the day when I first played the game and did a lot of stupid stuff. And now I feel a lot better playing something like this. Especially, the funny thing is it feels more toned down as a Persona game compared to Persona 5 or like the Yakuza game, the latest Yakuza turn-based strategy game that came out. So, had a bunch of fun with that. I didn't really get into the next murder yet. I think I'm just starting off with the next murder. I'll find out where the game goes. And I'm going to pick it up and play it here and there because I'm getting back into it, and it's fun with the characters from Persona 4 Golden, like Teddy and Yosuke and stuff like that. They're pretty cool characters. Plus, I want to do some romancing, so why not? But it holds up and plays very beautifully on that ROG Ally, even though it's a PC port of the game, which from a small screen from a Vita to a big screen for a ROG Ally, why not? And I don't know why this thing won't pause when I want it to. Okay, so where should we go from there? So played a bunch of Persona 4 Golden. Something I'll probably stick with for a bit. Got not too much into Starfield until now. Now I'm back into Starfield. Playing more of the main story missions and stuff. Side quests. Stuff like that. Just taking my time. I'm super powerful in the game. Nothing can harm me. Why not? But it's still playing. It's still fun. It's still playing out how I want it to play out. It's your basic, bare bones Bethesda game, Todd Howard Bethesda game. So take it as it is.
That's a good game.
I had to put that there. I also know a lot of people are still very disappointed in the game, and that people really, really, really wished that Starfield was something more, way more than it is currently. And what I have to say for those people, I'm like, I gotta say sorry. I really am. I can understand people would want more, especially nowadays. But like I always say, you got to keep those expectations closer to the ground, because these companies haven't really, changed. Todd Howard and how they make games at Bethesda proper have not really went out and changed much of that formula on what he does at making these games yet. Maybe with the new Elder Scrolls game, maybe that will all change, but as of right now, he sticks with his straight path. Now, for the fact that there should have been more in the game Starfield, yeah, there could have been more stuff. There could have been aliens. Now, there's alien creatures, but there should be more alien companions, people. You should be able to be like an alien. They really missed the big opportunity on that. Maybe he created, excuse me. Okay. Maybe he created this in a different light of, maybe he made it, even though this isn't reality in a game, maybe he wanted to create Starfield as a more realistic type of a game. By how we are living today in today's world, but in our future. Because right now, are we seeing aliens out there? Are we seeing any different like creatures, even though they do have alien creatures in this game? No. So I'm thinking that he created a more down to earth type of a game. Even though technically he probably shouldn't have, because, you know, you got games like Fallout and stuff that he created in the Elder Scrolls series where you're just going off the rails with characters and creations and creatures and such. And maybe you should have did more of that, and maybe it would have made the game. Maybe it would have made that game more than it is right now for Starfield. Maybe it would have had more people go and maybe look past all of the other little flaws that Starfield has, and people would be like, oh, yeah, this is a great game. It looks great. You know, even though it's still only playing at 30 frames per second, maybe they would have looked over all that other stuff. But because, and mind you, me playing the missions, every time I'm playing the main story or the missions and stuff, it plays out just like any other Bethesda game out there, you know, mainstream Bethesda game from Todd Howard. And, you know, I like that stuff. A lot of people get sick of that stuff. Me, I said I just wanted more of what they bring to the table, and I got it. For me, I get everything that I want from Starfield. You know, yeah, I got everything that I was looking for in that. It's a Fallout in space game. Now, people were expecting more of a fly to planet space system, being a space pilot and stuff kind of a game. Like No Man's Sky-ish type. They wanted a more in-depth story. They wanted more than 30 frames per second, but, you know, okay. And I bet you if they had more creatures, more aliens, more different types of people and aliens and stuff in this game to fill it out more, you know, even with side quests and whatnot, I bet that would make this game really good to play. And who knows if they'll add some of that stuff later. Maybe they'll add some aliens and creatures and stuff so you could go hunting out there and meet new species or something. I don't know. But as of right now, you know, I can understand a lot of people's frustrations and a lot of the people saying, Starfield isn't that good. You know, I can understand it. Now, are they going overboard on saying how bad the game is? Because, you know, they made some bad games in the past. You know, Skyrim had a lot of bugs with it at first that even broke the game for me. Fallout games broke many times for me where I had to wait. This game did not really break for me at all on when I was playing it. I've been playing, it says, for days and days already. Like I said, it's registered me for playing 2-3 days already straight of Starfield so far. Being in that world. So, and it hasn't broken for me yet. At least not significant breakage. You know, I had a problem with the weapons not firing at once, but that was an easy fix I found out online. Annoying, but easy. And yes, I gotta admit, yes, I did some mods with it and added some, you know, the mods or whatnot. Not really big mods, but, you know, it's more the council modding. You know, I added some of the stuff in the background to preserve achievements while I did the console thing. So I never really did any big mods. It was more like plugins, let's just say. Modded plugins or something. Just to make the game so I could play around with it more and play through it a bit faster and easier than I probably normally would. So basically, you know, I'm playing at more of a level, and I'm at a high, like over 100 level right now. I'm got a lot of the perks more so than I would probably have. More money, stuff like that, God mode. But, you know, it's making the game even more fun for me. You know, I'm not complaining about any of the, you know, the easiness of the game, you know. Just because there's other games coming out, I want to get to start playing them. So I'm trying my best to play through this game as best I can and get everything I can from the game. And so then when I'm done playing the game, I'm not regretting missing anything, even though they do say if you beat the main game, that's when the game really starts for you. And I'm like, eh. And I do got one of those like superpowers in the game. It doesn't really mean too much to me. It's got like this, and I kept forgetting to use it a lot of times because I never usually need it. So basically that ability to get your enemies and put them up in the air and them spinning around as you fire at them and stuff. I have that ability. That's basically it. Let's see here. Otherwise, don't really care about whatever other abilities they were thinking about putting in the game. You know, it's not something that I, you know, would expect for this game to be. I understand where they're going with it. It's just not really something that I would really care about, you know, getting supernatural abilities in the game like this. Because the game is already easy enough. I don't think I would need any supernatural abilities or anything on top of it. I understand it has something to do with the shards and stuff that you're getting and all these other things you're doing in the game, but not really caring about any of that stuff. I'm just caring about the main thing, doing some side quests and stuff, joining up with a bunch of factions, get all the achievements I can. I'm still debating if I'm going to try to go after some base building and stuff like that. I know that's one of those achievements and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. Like I said, I'm having fun. First off, all I paid was like $30 for that extra stuff, which I'm very happy I did to get into the game a little early. And otherwise, it's basically free for me. You know, I didn't really pay much beyond that for the game. So, you know, I got my money's worth. If I would have waited, and I would have waited till the proper day when it came out to start playing it, not pay anything, sure, could have did that, but I didn't because I wanted to try it out. But like I said, I could still understand at most times on why a lot of people don't care for this game, and why a lot of people, and I find that some people overdo it and they say, oh, this is such a bummer, I'm going to put this in the category as Redfall and other games and stuff. And I'm like, I want to put it in those categories. I could say it's a little bit of a letdown for some people, but don't put it in those categories. Don't put it in the category of Halo and that, because it is a very vast, large game. It is a game that, sure, they could have had more stuff into it. Sure, definitely. And sure, it could be a game where they could have did more for it. And I don't know if they'll have any like upcoming DLC or anything like that that will improve the story or whatnot. So, yeah, like I said, it's everybody's choice. You know, there's a lot of people that I know that I talk to that played this game, a lot of people that I work with that play this game, and they're having a blast with it. So you got those sides of people. Got people like me. Like I said, if I was paying like $60+ for this game, would I be a little upset? I don't know. Maybe I would think there should have been more to it. Sure. Do I think that this is more of a bare bones type of game? Kind of. But I also understand what time it was made in. The time frame. You got to understand, this was made in the time frame when Bethesda's getting taken over by Microsoft. They weren't doing so hot. Todd and everybody was making this new game, this new concept. You know. So, after this, it's Elder Scrolls. So, in like 6 to 8 years, we'll find out how Elder Scrolls is. And then they'll probably do a lot of comparing of Elder Scrolls to this game, and they'll go, why wasn't Starfield that? Or maybe, over time, Starfield will be bigger with more stuff in it. I don't know. I hope so. Like I said, I'm having the fun that I'm having now. It's coming at a great time, and like I said, there's more games to play after it. Like Forza Motorsport coming up next week. So I'll be ready for that. Plus I got Cyberpunk 2077 that I've been playing. Phantom Liberty is out. Yeah. So we'll keep going on. I don't want to keep staying on Starfield. It is what it is. You take it the way you want it. But I've also been playing some Cyberpunk 2077. I'm back into that game. Playing on my Xbox, even though I do got it for PC. But because I'm an achievement whore, I want to play it on Xbox because I get my Xbox achievements from it. And I bought the $30, I think it was $30 DLC for that. Phantom Liberty. It's a separate story. All the updates, the 2.0 update, which adds more new features, a new overhaul perk system, improved AI, better ray tracing, all that stuff. That's all for free for the base game. You don't have to pay the $30 for all that if you just want to play the base game. I bought Phantom Liberty because I wanted to see Idris Elba and Songbird and all the other people in the game and play more new story, which I'm currently in the middle of doing. How is it? It's okay. I'm hoping I do get my $30 worth. I think I'm still early on the game on Phantom Liberty. I just did a whole thing with Songbird and stuff where I'm at this party and me and I forgot it. Reed, is that his name? Yeah, Reed. Idris Elba's character, Reed. We're infiltrating this party to find Songbird to see if she's okay. We find out that Mr. Batty is got something on her or something. He's got her in her so-called evil clutches. This expansion opens up Night City, and there's like this new part of the city called Dogtown, which is funny because it reminds me of something from what would be called in a Fallout game. You know, there's Megaton and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh, there could be a Dogtown in Fallout. And this game has a Fallout kind of feel to it, except it's in the future, and if you want to consider something a zombie or whatever, maybe those cyber psychos might be the zombies. But I've been playing more of it, and I've been playing inside Dogtown because it's like a separate. You gotta go through this gate to get into Dogtown, which basically goes into the DLC and the extra area because you can't just go in there and out of there. it does this like little load, this fake, oh, it's scanning you kind of load to get in there and out, obviously. Because it's added to Liberty City. It's added to the whole Night City thing. But I've been finding myself outside of Dogtown a lot and playing and doing other side quests and missions that I haven't done yet. And I've come to the realization that because I was playing with my original character, because I couldn't do it with my new character because she wasn't high level enough and I hadn't done enough story yet, so I went back to my original V character. And he's basically a Terminator. He's a beast in this game. So, and learning how to, and you can see this in my sloppy video that I did during my COVID on playing this. I had to, of course, relearn how to play this game all over again because I always start messing up and effing up a lot because I'm just so stupid at playing this game. But once I'm back into it, I'm like, okay, I'm understanding. Take the training wheels off me. And I'm back to being a badass powerhouse again in this game. And, just doing some side quests and stuff and doing all this other stuff and finding out that I did most of the stuff that I should be doing, that I originally did in Cyberpunk 27, the main game. And I noticed all this other extra side quests and little stuff, it's kind of meaningless to me. And there's not much out there. Like, there's not even that much filler. Because the reason I gotta do some of the extra stuff and the outside stuff is because in the main quest in Dogtown, when you're doing your main quests with Reed and stuff, they want you to wait a couple days here and there before you go to the next mission and stuff like that. That waiting, sure, I could just fast forward the time, but why not just do stuff in the game? So I'm hoping that doesn't mean that this side story is okay. Okay, there we go. I'm hoping this works because this is pausing because I have to pause sometimes to really cough. So just minding you, I'm hoping this all sounds good when this comes out. Excuse me again for being not the best today for my podcast, but I wanted to bring out a little something for you guys. So basically, I hope this whole Phantom Liberty doesn't go too fast, and I'll try to do as much side stuff inside Dogtown and everything else that I can in Phantom Liberty to get my just desserts from it. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what it seems okay. It's this basic 007 type of mission-based game where you're basically turned into an agent with Reed and his fellow cohort to help Songbird. I basically saved the president, the female president in the beginning. Stuff has gone down. You don't know who to trust. And it's just one of those spy types of a game expansion for Liberty City. And it looks really good. Everything looks amazing and plays out well. And the voice acting with Idris Elba is really top notch and stuff. So, and he looks amazing in the game. And I hope this story catches my eye even more, like when I go through it more and beat it, because I will beat the story part of it. And I hope it gives me my $30 worth, I hope all this extra stuff gives me my $30 worth. Until I beat it, I will not know. Because like I said, I think I'm still early on. I hope so. And I'm glad I'm back in Liberty City. I'm glad I'm back in Night City. Liberty City, because I was thinking of Grand Theft Auto. I'm glad I'm back at Night City. I'm glad I'm playing Cyberpunk again because it's such a fantastic, fun game. I just wish it had more to it. I wish it had more to it like The Witcher did. And I know they stated that they toned down the game when they first came out with Cyberpunk because they said, oh, people were saying there was too much stuff in The Witcher and stuff, so we put less into it. And then they were eventually supposed to do all these expansions, but that's not happening anymore. I think Phantom Liberty is going to be the only expansion. Now, don't quote me on that, but I thought this was the only expansion to Cyberpunk 2077 because they're working on the next Cyberpunk game after this, I think. They're working on the new one, which is going to be using Unreal tech and not the Cyber engine. I think it was called the Cyber engine. They weren't going to use their own engine for in-house engine because I think that's what hurt development for them, they were saying for a while. So the next Cyberpunk game, when that comes out, hopefully it has even more stuff to it and more everything else. They'll probably still have typically the same layout. Maybe make the city bigger, make the outside bigger, more missions and stuff I can understand. But yeah, I think this is going to be the only DLC that they're coming out with, and then that's it. Maybe they'll do some regular updating and stuff like that, improvements to the game, but it's basically it. Which is kind of sad because for the Witcher games and stuff, they did a lot for those. They supported those games a lot. And all that, they gave out a lot of DLC, a lot of free DLC on top of it. And it came out with a lot of extra DLC for the Witcher games. Not that I played any of the Witcher games. I got The Witcher 3 Complete Edition for the next gen console. Eventually, I'd like to get into that and try that out someday when games get a little lighter again. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still having fun. Let's just say that. The story is intriguing. You know, I love anything with Idris Elba in it. He is Reed. And he fits perfectly well in Cyberpunk. And like I said, everything's been pretty fun. I just feel like I hope there's more. Hopefully I get more out of this Phantom Liberty part of the game. And like I said, I'll be trying to play that throughout the week. Like I said, probably not going to stream any more of it or anything. I'm going to just try to play it, beat it. Maybe I could do it in a week. I don't know. I don't know how long it is. I should look it up. Play it, beat it. Then I'll probably end up moving on because, you know, what more do I need out of Cyberpunk after that? Delete it off my Xbox. I could still go back into it and play it on PC and stuff and mess around with it, but for the Xbox, I wouldn't really need to have it. It looks beautiful, plays beautiful on the Xbox. Probably is going to look and play better on the PC. And on the ROG Ally, it's probably going to be running pretty decent. We'll see. But yeah, decent little expansion. Can't tell you if it's worth the $30 yet or not. Like I said, I got to play more of it. I want to play more of it, get more of the story done, try to finish the story, get whatever side quests and stuff they have in there done. There's also more Johnny in there, more Keanu Reeves character, Johnny Silverhand. I think they animated him even better, and they did better voice work with Keanu this time around as well. Not that I had any problems with him before, but a lot of people said he was a little deadpan and stuff like that. Okay. But what do you expect? Sometimes it's harder to act for video games than it is on the silver screen. You know what I mean? I can understand. So, yeah, the next time I do a podcast, we'll talk more about Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, hopefully, and see what we see. And then the final game that I've been playing, and I've been playing on and off because it's a fun little game to play when you're sick and you just don't feel like playing too much of anything else and you want to do a little bit of platforming and stuff. I was hopping back into the new Super Lucky's Tale on my ROG Ally as well. And doing some platforming and stuff. I know it's more of a kiddie game, but it's fun little platformers. Fun little world to be in. And so I've been playing more and doing more new Super Lucky's Tale because it's free on Game Pass right now. So why not play it? Just like Starfield, why not play it? Just like other games that are on there, because there's apparently a lot of great games, as everybody's been saying, that Xbox has been bringing to the table on Game Pass. And there you go, folks. When's it a better time to be a Game Pass subscriber? Right now. For Xbox or PC, or both, like me. For like when next week comes up, and I'm going to be a very happy Game Pass subscriber because I'll be playing the new latest greatest Forza Motorsport on my PC and on my Xbox because I'm going to try it on both. And I already got that nice little starter intro for those ready. Cannot wait. Did not buy any into it though. I actually held myself off and didn't spend $30 on it. I feel very good about that. I'm going to raw dog it this time. I'll wait till it officially comes out. Excuse me. I did not pause that. But still, oh no, I'm looking forward to it. You know, because I do still have Forza Horizon and stuff installed on my ROG Ally and stuff, but I don't know. I just felt like Forza Horizon had a lot of stuff, but it just didn't have a lot of stuff that I wanted to do in it. Unlike the last Forza Horizon, the one before it, which seemed like it always had a ton of stuff. That was in Australia, right? Or was that the current one? I always get that mixed up. Because isn't this one in Britain? I forget. My brain isn't where it is. But the one before this, it felt like there was more stuff in Forza Horizon. And this one, the recent one, Forza Horizon, I didn't feel like there was that much into it. But now that we're able to go back to Forza proper, I'm just going to have some fun just racing around tracks again. Racing cars, round tracks, having fun in races. Like I said, I'll play it on my PC and Xbox for a little bit. And then I'll try it on my ROG Ally and see how well that does with the memory and all that. And hopefully it doesn't have the memory problems as Forza Horizon did for some weird reason. Maybe it was just because it was Forza Horizon. I don't know. Open world, stuff like that. But yet, Starfield and everything else runs perfectly fine. No low memory on those. Maybe there's a problem with something in Forza Horizon 5 that there's like a problem with the code or something that's causing the low memory issues for Forza Horizon. I don't know. That's something I would have to guess, though. So, otherwise, you know, that's all what I played for the past couple weeks. And being sick and all, just not something that is helping. But I'm glad I got to play some stuff. Try out some new stuff, old stuff. Like I said, Forza Motorsport proper coming. I'll be enjoying that when that comes out. Also, Halloween's coming up. Okay, sorry about that again. Gonna be a lot of sorries in this podcast, but had to go away for a second. So, yeah, so Forza Motorsport proper's coming. Halloween's coming up, like I said. There's gonna be definitely 2 Let's Plays, Halloween edition Let's Plays that I am planning. Like I said, I was going to plan on doing 2 different sets. One playing the Dead Space Remastered for a bit on a Let's Play, and the Callisto Protocol on the other Let's Play of for Halloween, and that'll probably be the Halloween episode, the main Halloween episode, even though both Let's Plays are going to be Halloween episodes. I think, when's Halloween? The 31st, that's on a Tuesday. So I'm thinking probably those Let's Plays will be out the 24th and the 31st. Because also in October, coming out in October, which I will be definitely picking up and playing on top of stuff. Mario Brothers World. Let's see here. Mario Wonder. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers Wonder comes out in October the 20th. So next, like I said, next week it's going to be Forza Motorsport proper on the 20th, which I will buy and pay for on the day because I'll just pick it up after work. And that will be that Friday, and that'll be a good streaming Friday for that. Is going to be, we're going to play some Super Mario Brothers Wonder on a stream. And that'll be the 20th. And then, like I said, probably the 24th and the 31st are going to be my two Let's Plays for Dead Space and the Callisto Protocol. So a lot of interesting games for me to play, and that's what I'm planning. Because Mario Brothers Wonder is going to be a very interesting game, side-scrolling game. I cannot wait for that to come out. And then there's other stuff coming out throughout the year and stuff. I will see on a seed basis. Most likely I'll just be playing after that in November, because when November comes out, I think it's more later in November. I forgot when. That's when the next Yakuza or Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name comes out. And that's going to be a Game Pass exclusive as well on day and date. So I am definitely going to wait till... That's going to be my first Yakuza game I won't have to play or pay for. And I got to thank Microsoft and Game Pass and stuff for that, because I was ready to pre-order that. But now that it's going to be a free to Game Pass exclusive day and date, I'm just going to wait till that game comes out, and I'm going to start playing it right when the game comes out proper. That's when I'll do my Yakuza Like Me streams again. So that's going to be most of November and stuff like that. And I know also that there's going to be some Persona stuff. And then in February, is it February? I think it's February. That's when the next Yakuza proper game, or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, comes out. That's when the proper Yakuza, even though this is a proper Yakuza, this is going to be the fighting part, going back to the fighting style of the game series. And then the next one's going to be the turn-based strategy with Ichiban, and then Kiryu is going to be in the gang. And it's going to be in Hawaii this time. I guess they're going to be basing this game on. So it's going to be kind of unique. It's going to be pretty interesting. And that's going to be a big game. So that's going to be a lot of game for me to play at that time. So, and that game, of course, I got to pre-order and buy, because I don't think they're going to put that on Game Pass day and date. If they do, I'd be very excited, but I don't think they will for that game. But you never know. They did work out to get a Man Who Erased His Name, which, like I said, it's saving me, what, $50 bucks? $50 for that game? I cannot wait to save $50 and stream that game. Have fun playing that game on streams. Why not? So there's going to be some gaming spread out for the rest of the year, It's going to be the winter of gaming. A little bit of new, a little bit of old, a little bit in between, and then we'll sprinkle some Minecraft and stuff between that and other games. So why not? It's going to be fun for all us little gamer boys and girls out there. So, because let's see here. What else did I have on my list of talking about? So I already talked about my plans for October gaming and beyond. Like I said, next up it'll be Forza Motorsport proper, and so on and so on. And then the next week after that it'll be Mario Brothers Wonder. Let's see here. We got a lot of gaming news that happened. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of gaming news, new and old. I'm just going to briefly go through stuff that I found interesting. I'll just recap stuff and quickly go through stuff. Usually I take forever, but because I'm on a time schedule here and my throat's starting to kill me and I don't want to keep coughing too much today, we're going to probably cut this more short than I would. So a lot of stories I probably will not get into, but we'll get into as many as I can, and we'll talk about some stuff that, of course, I missed because I was going to do a bonus. Before I knew I got sick, and this was before I knew I was going to get sick, I was going to do a bonus podcast just on the Microsoft Xbox leakage that happened and stuff. So we'll talk a little bit about that stuff, and that's all coming up next.
The games news from the past week.
Oh, yeah. As I take a drink of water, excuse me again. Try to lubricate the throat, people. Got to lubricate that throat for the rest of the gaming talk here. So hopefully I'm doing okay. Thank you for you guys who are listening to this. If you're watching this, sorry. I know I look all shitty and stuff. I know I probably sound all shitty, but thank you for staying with me for this gaming talk on my gaming podcast. But I wanted to put out something. I wanted to push myself to put out something, even though I'm still recovering from the COVID. Still want to push out the stuff, and so does Microsoft with the gaming. So, like I said, I'm just gonna quickly recap because, you know, so much shit went down with that leak on Xbox, and there was a lot of blame to go around. It was Microsoft knew it was their fault. You know, even though the FTC was blaming them, saying, no, they're pointing the finger right away. No, it wasn't us. It was Microsoft's fault. Because, the government, they always fuck up on a lot of shit, and they just really didn't want to be the finger pointed at them. And Microsoft's like, yeah, it's our fault that this leaked out. Whatever lawyers fucked up, I wonder if there's still lawyers for Microsoft at this time. And because it gave us like a nice little sneak peek look into the dealings and the internal workings of Microsoft and Xbox and stuff like that a little bit with them, potential partners, stuff like that, internal conversations, which a lot of people have been taken out of context. A lot of people have been going after, calling out Phil Spencer and how could he be so negligent on talking about trying to take over Nintendo or whatever and trying to boost up his status and stuff over there in Xbox gaming and boost up his rep and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like thinking, because he's a businessman. And of course, it's all about business, people. What don't you understand about business? Whatever they talk about behind the scenes, even if they have it under record and stuff, they still talk about a lot of shit. Like Microsoft, of course, wants to buy any and all companies that they can for their gaming division over at Xbox. Of course, they would love to buy Nintendo. But they know they can't. They know Nintendo's still got too much money and they got too much influence and power and they're doing good right now. Maybe if it was still the time of the Wii U, maybe they would have had some clout, but I don't think they were in bougie mode with Nintendo at the time. Now they are. Now they're close. They're closer with them, and what they say also, or what Phil and them said also, if we can't buy them, that's okay. Hopefully, we could still work more closely with them with future projects or something. Maybe get some games on their side. Maybe they might bring a game or something to our side. You never know. Maybe they might eventually be open to that. You never know. Maybe we can bring Game Pass eventually to the new Switch or something. I don't know. Something. They want to work with Nintendo. They like Nintendo. They value them as partners and friends and stuff. They do a very good job with like stuff with Minecraft and whatnot. They did the GoldenEye stuff with them. They did the Banjo-Kazooie stuff because they were DLC for Smash Brothers. So, yeah, sure. I'm sure they didn't want to have all that talk get out about potentials that they would want to buy. One of them, of course, being Sega. Capcom said that they weren't interested in being bought by Microsoft or anybody. Yeah, we all know that. They didn't have to come out with a statement, but they said that. But we did know that for some time now that Microsoft might have been interested in Sega. Maybe you never know. Maybe someday in the future they might be interested in them again. I don't know. I would love Microsoft to buy a Japanese studio or company or something. You know, somebody like as prestigious as Sega. Could that ever happen? Maybe very slim pickings. I don't know. We'd have to wait till we have a new administrations out there for business wise, because right now they're still trying to get Activision Blizzard, even though there's new information on this. Good and annoying. I'm not gonna say bad, but annoying, because our government, the FTC and stuff, still trying to blackball them. They also had in the documents, as you probably heard time and time again from other people reporting news and stuff, that they had their own estimations on games that they wanted to bring to Game Pass, or if they could bring them to Game Pass, what would it cost them to bring per game to Game Pass, and stuff that are coming to Game Pass. Like, you got City Skylines 2 coming to Game Pass, even though they don't have a number here on how much it would cost them to bring it to Game Pass. That game is coming to Game Pass eventually. Lego Star Wars came to Game Pass. They were talking about stuff like Red Dead Redemption 2, $5 million per month. That's expensive. They had games, they had a slew of games over this stuff. Grand Theft Auto 5, which could still be that number because they have Grand Theft Auto 5 back on Game Pass right now. Is it worth 12 to 15 million per month to have Grand Theft Auto 5 on Game Pass, or did they get it for a lot sweeter deal because Rockstar knows they got the new Grand Theft Auto in the works, but they still want to try to get people to play Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online so they could promote the next Grand Theft Auto and, get people in the GTA universe there. So I wonder what's that with that. I would have liked it if they had Mortal Kombat come like Mortal Kombat 1 to come to Game Pass. That never happened, at least not yet. You never know. Maybe down the road, maybe from around Christmas time, maybe we'll see Mortal Kombat 1 on Game Pass. Who knows? They got stuff here like Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Assassin's Creed Barrage, Suicide Squad, stuff like that. Baldur's Gate 3, which Baldur's Gate 3 could happen. We don't know yet, but something could happen with that. Stuff like that. A handful of games. I would definitely like to see maybe Mortal Kombat 1 coming. They did have a Mortal Kombat game come on Game Pass once, I think. Wasn't it Mortal Kombat 10 or something? I forget. They would have to work something out with Warner Brothers, though, for that. People are talking about the Xbox mid-generation refresh. No, this isn't a more powerful console. This is just a better equipped console that is, apparently will be slimmed down a bit more. It might not have a disk drive. It might be an all-digital edition. It's going to have better chips in there to run the games, better or more efficiently, running cooler and stuff. But it's still going to be the same specs as you would get now in a Series X. Supposedly, it's supposed to have more built-in storage. They're talking about like 2 terabytes of storage in the console instead of 1. And that's supposed to come out sometime around next year. Better standby, low power mode, stuff like that they're talking about. It looks spherical in nature. Looks like the trash can, as you would consider what Apple did for their trash can computer. But it looks like a nice little console. And it's supposed to use some other new technology, better Wi-Fi, the most improved Bluetooth to it. Like I said, it's supposed to be smaller. It's supposed to have like a front USB-C for power delivery. So if you want to charge up something like your phone or your controller or something. They said it's supposed to be around the same price as the Series X. And it's going to be smaller, like I said. Smaller. It's all about the digital. It's all digital downloads for games, stuff like that. What would you think about that? Even I can admit we're coming close to a time in the gaming era where video games are getting larger in size considerably. They are getting more powerful, larger. People are able to download them better now out there. Even though internet isn't the best everywhere, trust me, I got friends that still don't have high-speed internet out there, or still are on dial-up, or they got to be on either if they could get cellular internet or something, or satellite, which isn't always the best, but otherwise it's still not. Internet isn't the best, but I guess it's the best in most areas that Microsoft and other companies are willing to go all digital for their solutions going forward, which is going to hurt physical retail out there because they're not going to be able to sell discs and stuff anymore. They're going to be pissed, like GameStop and stuff. Not that GameStop is going anywhere good, but eventually they'll be gone. I'm going to be upset because I won't have a physical copy of my stuff, even though physical copies of games are irrelevant now because it's only the basic digital game code on there. And 99% of the time you put that game disc in there, you can install the rest of the game or the updated part of the game to your drive anyway. So that disc just offloads a little bit of data, so you don't have to download it. It's like holds a bit of the game. I don't think you can play the game off the disc itself, even if you install it onto your console. I never tried it. I never attempted to try it, but if I was to be offline and pop in one of my Series X or Xbox One discs to my Xbox, I bet it would say you would need to download an update or something to play it, or it would install or something. I would heavily be sure on that. So even as somebody like me, I will embrace the digital future. I'm not liking it, but because I still like seeing discs of games on my shelf. I got a lot of them. I got a ton of them. I like physical discs. I love to buy physical copies. At least as still for now, and still going slowly into the future. And I'm sure this is something that Nintendo will not stray away from entirely right away. They still provide physical copies of their games over there for the Switch. And the Switch 2 supposedly will have physical copies. And then eventually, maybe down the line, they might go to digital only. I don't know. But I'm still happy that I could get physical copies on my Switch games. But also as a PC gamer and stuff, I understand because I don't pop in discs of PC games anymore. I download them from Xbox or Steam or something, or, the Microsoft PC store or Steam or something like that. So I understand if we're in this all digital future where it's just downloads. And you know what? I don't really mind. Maybe it'll help me declutter myself a little bit and not have as much. But that means there's no room in the future for stuff like collector's editions, because all these collector's editions that are coming out of games, they don't come with the game. I don't even think most of them come with a code for the game anymore, which is a bummer, because at least give me the code for the game with the collector's edition, because then at least I could say, oh, okay, I'll get this collector's edition, and it comes with the game. Why would I just buy a collector's edition if it doesn't come with a game? You know? Either it'd be a digital code or a disc or whatnot. It seems kind of irrelevant to me. That's why I didn't buy that Phantom Liberty collector's edition. I was tempted to, but I didn't, because it didn't come with a digital code to that DLC. But what Microsoft will probably be attempting next year with this new console refresh, it'll be like their Xbox Slim in a way. Depending on how much smaller this one's going to be compared to the Xbox Series X and stuff and S. It's going to be all digital. I think Sony's going to be doing an all digital console. And then, like I said, maybe eventually Nintendo might do one. Who knows? So, like I said, we're in an all digital future. I can understand that. I still get my movies physically, though. I'm still a physical type of guy. I buy movies physically. And the only reason I do that is because all the streaming services out there suck. Prices are considerably going up. And sometimes, most of the time, you can't find the content you want to find from these streaming services. So it's the best way to purchase physical media for TV shows, movies, rip them to my drive on my PC, and then have them all digitized for my own collection. That's when I do that. Otherwise, if companies would allow me to buy MP4s of movies and stuff, I would probably be all digital in that era too. But I'm not. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll announce this around the next E3, non-E3, special E3 presentations out there. Now, note, this could all be all change. Even though I'm sure they're in the early stages of manufacturing these anyways, because you got to get out there months ahead of time manufacturing these consoles so people can buy them. So, yeah. I'm glad that they're going to be all USB-C and stuff. That's what they got to do. All USB-C. They don't need USB-A. Just USB-C everything. We can always get adapters. Why not? Also been talked about, which they haven't announced yet, but this will probably be announced sometime probably next year as well, along with the new digital console or something or whatever. A new enhanced Xbox controller. It's supposed to be like something like direct to cloud. It's supposed to have some technology in it like the Google Stadia had, where it connects directly to the internet, direct to cloud. It also supposed to have Bluetooth 5.1, new Xbox wireless technology in there. It's supposed to feel better. It's supposed to be a little bit different design and the way it feels and stuff with this controller. It's supposed to have haptic feedback in the controller, apparently, like the PlayStation controllers do, except for you're not going to worry about, they don't have to worry about your batteries running low, especially because this is still going to have a rechargeable and swappable battery to it, which that's weird that they say a rechargeable and swappable battery. Now, no, on the controllers that we have now, our series controllers now and Xbox controllers since the 360 era, you can put in your own batteries throughout all time, or buy a battery pack, a rechargeable battery pack, and plug it in. Like, I got a rechargeable battery packs for my controller now, and I've been using them for a long time. I never had to put another AA into this thing for a while now. I should, because I got all these AA's just sitting around my house, and I need to use them. But otherwise, I've been using rechargeable battery packs. And it's great that you could swap. They're still going to allow you to swap the battery because unlike a PlayStation controller or a Switch controller, if those go dead, you're so out of luck playing any games with those unless if you plug them in directly to the source. At least with Microsoft, what they're thinking, they're like, oh, if you want to, the spare is going dead, here, swap, plug in, continue gaming. They're talking about repair and disassembly. So maybe easier to repair and disassemble the controller as well. I guess it's using recycled materials. I know Microsoft's been going big on recycled materials. They talked about that with the console as well, with packaging and all that stuff. They're trying to use lighter eco footprint. So things will be rechargeable and all that. Let's see here. I'm just looking at stuff. Precision haptic feedback, VCA haptics double as speakers as well. Guess they want to try to put a little bit of speaker technology in this controller as well. Okay. Accelerometer, quieter buttons and thumbsticks. Not that I care. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, these controllers are too loud. I never noticed this. I know it does sound loud, but I don't notice it too much. I like to hear a little bit of clickiness to my controller, but hey, if they say it's going to be even quieter, okay. Now, it says improved longevity, new modular thumbsticks, so basically less stick drift, I guess. Not that I ever had any stick drift in any of my series controllers anyways, so okay. So yeah, new controller. That's probably going to get announced next year as well during the non-E3 time, or the Keeley time, I should say. Other stuff they were talking about, like they were planning on streaming PC games in the cloud. Not that I would ever want to stream PC games to my PC from the cloud, but okay. Let's see here. I already talked about how Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is coming out in January with some of the series' best characters returning. I already talked about that. That's beyond the Microsoft thing. This is more news, folks. This is just my added news. So September 20th, let's see here. They had a showcase for that. So let's see here. So January 26th. Okay. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is out early next year on January 26th. I thought it was February, but it's January 26th. So November is going to be when the first one comes out, where it's going to be Like a Dragon Who Erased His Name comes out. That's going to be in November. At the end of November. So got the rest of November, December, and then a little bit of January, or a part of January before I have to complete that. So I'm guessing they think people are going to complete Like a Dragon, the Man Who Erased His Name, before we get into Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. So, okay. So January 26th, that's when Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth comes out. And it's going to be all digital, so I can't pick up a physical copy. So when I pre-order it, it's going to be just download to my console, which, like I said, it's sad that we're getting out of an era of physical copies of stuff like this, because I would love a good Like a Dragon or Yakuza Like a Dragon box for these games, but I can understand. But it's going to be great because then I don't have to worry about getting a game shipped to me or going to a store to pick up a game, because I just get it digitally downloaded to my console right away, so I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm okay with that. So that's okay with me. I don't have to worry about stuff like that in this digital future that we're all in. So, okay. Let's see here. We already talked about Starfield. I'm not going to talk anymore about Starfield. This has been a long time ago, but October 20th is I guess when Spider-Man 2 comes out. for you guys over in Spider-Man Land over there on PlayStation Alley. That has been gone gold already. People were talking about how bad Mortal Kombat 1 for the Switch is and why you would want to pay $70 for that game, which I still laugh at that. I think that's quite funny that people would spend $70 on Mortal Kombat 1 for the Switch. You sad motherfuckers out there. And I was just looking at the graphics and stuff for that, and it looks so bad. So bad. That was a long time ago, but still people are talking about it, which makes me laugh even more. I find it very funny. Very funny that people would spend $70 on a Switch game. No, don't spend $70 on a Switch game. I didn't even spend $70 on that Tears of the Kingdom. I got it for free from a friend that bought it for me. Otherwise, I spend $60 or less. You know, Mario Brothers Wonder, I'm spending what, $60 for it? 50, 60? That's all. That Mario RPG that's coming out later that I'll pick up, I'm not spending $70 on that. I don't know. It's weird stuff. More Microsoft news. So this time, Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal gets preliminary approval from the UK regulator. So the competition watchdog stated the revised deal offered by Microsoft appears to address the competition's concerns. Their final ruling is expected before October 18th, which they better do because either way, Microsoft and Activision are Microsoft's going to purchase them because they're not going to wait and spend $3-4 billion on a breakup deal. Because what is that up to? Like $3 to $4 billion? They just want to buy them and get it over with. So they're going to buy them and get it over with no matter what now. Because they got $69 billion going to this deal. So it's going to happen. Even though I said it happened a long time ago, back when I made that podcast, I said, hey, Activision Blizzard's now a Microsoft property. Well, it's still going to be a Microsoft property. I just didn't expect Microsoft to play ball with all these jackasses out there in regulatory world and what should I say, in our so-called good old politician world where they think they know stuff, but they don't. And then they want to block a deal because they don't understand anything. And then you got people like the FTC right now, which even though the UK's basically all for it now, we got the FTC going, no, we're going to vow to keep trying to block this Microsoft controversial acquisition of Activision. Which, where are they going to go? Where's the FTC going to go? They just got slapped in the face many times by the judge, the federal judge, saying, no, you got no merit. You're not going to keep trying to do this. They're like, oh, we're going to work in our own internal and do this internal stuff and blah, 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 blah. No. Right now, you guys got Amazon to deal with and Google. Why are you going to try to fuck with Microsoft again? They're trying to stick their hands into too many things that's why the FTC keeps losing. Because instead of focusing on one thing at a time, now they're going after this. They're going after Amazon, which I'm sure Amazon will squirm away. I don't know. Maybe Amazon might get caught. I don't know. Maybe they'll get fined or whatever is going to happen, or a breakup or whatever. Because yes, Amazon's been doing some guilty, bad things lately. Google, well, they've been in the doghouse for a while now. But come on. Like I keep saying, FTC, leave Microsoft and Xbox be because, shit, they really need to buy this company because this Activision Blizzard's been in turmoil for a while now. They got people working there that want them to get bought because they want Bobby Kotick and the other dumb, bad asshole son of a bitches out of the company so things could get better again in the companies and then working conditions could get better. And Microsoft wants products. They want properties, more properties. They want to go and talk to probably Tony Hawk again and say, hey, we want to bring back Tony Hawk's Pro Skater again. Yeah, we're going to make it an Xbox exclusive. Excuse me. Oh. I really killed myself there. Oh, boy. Yeah, they want to bring back Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That's the whole reason. They want to put all these other games on Game Pass. I don't know how they're going to... It's going to be weird if we see eventually... excuse me. Whoo! Excuse me one last time. But yeah, I would like to see what they do with World of Warcraft and see if Microsoft says, hey, guess what? World of Warcraft is going to be now free on Game Pass. No more paying that $15+ subscription fees. But I'm sure they'll still sell like the DLC for World of Warcraft. But that's something that would be interesting, especially if they eventually add achievements to World of Warcraft. Oh, or something like that down the road. Maybe new Warcraft or World of Warcraft or something. I don't know. I'd like to see them try something with that franchise. Because I would love to go in and try to play World of Warcraft because everybody's been, really big on it forever. Even though I'm super late to the game, I would like to try it out for a little bit. Get into it or something. Especially if I could get it free with Game Pass or something like that. Because I would like to try something like that online with people. But so many game series and stuff. You got Crash Bandicoot. You got Spyro the Dragon. Got all these other game series and stuff that they could do again. Of course, people say Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Sure, I'll play some free Call of Duties, of course, on Xbox or PC or something like that. But there could be so many properties that they can work with, new and old. Maybe even have somebody over there start creating a multiverse fighting game. That's something I always had in my mind. They take over Activision Blizzard. They could get all those characters and properties and stuff. They could have so many great characters for a nice open battle system, like a Smash Brothers type of game. With all the characters, fighting game. Oh, I would totally be into that. Master Chief fighting Spyro the Dragon or Banjo-Kazooie or something like that or whatnot. Oh. And then, of course, Diablo, when Diablo 4 comes out on Game Pass and stuff, and I can play that for free eventually. Which people were talking about, they were into it, and then they all got out of it. And you don't hear people talking about Diablo 4 as much anymore. People got into it, played it, beat it, whatever, and now they're out of it. And me, I'm going to get into it as a fresh face saying, hey, I didn't spend $60, $70 for this game. I only got Game Pass, so we'll see. We'll see. Microsoft will get it. They will. And then the FTC will go, no, we got to break them up. I don't like big companies. Okay, you got somebody called Amazon and other people to be worried about right now, so lay off of Microsoft. As long as they do what they're supposed to be doing, lay off of them. But governments will be governments. Politicians will be politicians. And, of course, they'll want to get into everybody's business, so that's how it goes. And then for people like me and you that want to praise this deal, and I'm praising it more than just for me, like I said, I actually still think about the people working at Activision Blizzard, King, and, all the places over there, all the studios and properties and stuff. I think about those people as well because I want those people to be happy because they're the ones working on all these great games. I'm hearing people leaving left and right. I don't want to hear people about leaving left and right. I want them to be happy at their jobs. I want more people in those jobs. I want more women in those jobs. I want Bobby Kotick out of there and whoever else is toxic in that environment out of there so that it could be a better, more free, open place to work again, and they can make some great shit again like they used to at Activision Blizzard, even though I didn't buy too many stuff from Activision Blizzard. I used to buy Call of Duties. I used to play them a lot. I used to play Diablo a lot, but I'm going to wait. And like I said, for them, all that, and then, like I said, for me and all of you guys, when all those properties are owned by Microsoft and they start piling them, everything into Game Pass and stuff, all the Call of Duties, all this, all that, that'll be great. That'll be more awesome content for you and me as Game Pass subscribers to play games on Game Pass, and it'll save me even more money from going out there and spending $70 per game, which is going to be the new norm out there for everything. So I'm hoping for that day to come. Like I said, they got till October blah 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 18th or whatever. Even if for some weird reason that the UK says, nah, we're not going to accept it, then Microsoft's going to have to say, okay, you know what? We're buying you guys. UK, go fuck yourselves. We're pulling out. FTC, go fuck yourselves. We're still doing this. Let's get the $69 billion deal done and over with. Either way, but they're trying to be nice about it because they want the UK, they want as many people on their side as possible. I understand. They want to try to play the nice card. Understandable. Just like they're playing the nice card with the company they used to work with, and I don't know if they still own a part of Facebook or whatever they call themselves nowadays, but apparently Game Pass is coming, or Xbox Cloud Gaming / maybe Game Pass is coming to yeah, I think this is a part of Game Pass, but it's Cloud Gaming. Game Pass is coming to the MetaQuest 3 mixed reality stuff headset. Not that I'm big on mixed reality and stuff, but for all of those of you that are still into the playing games and on your headsets and stuff, that's a big cool thing to be able to play on there, is the stream, because this is going to be streaming games to your VR headset. So that was something very interesting that happened. Let's see here. Phil Spencer, one of his emails stated that most of these companies making AAA games, these big AAA games, most publishers are just riding the success of franchises created 10 plus years ago instead of creating stuff that is new and exciting. That's obvious. Yes, that's obvious. You don't see too many publishers taking any risks too much anymore. You do see a little bit here and there, but those risks seem to fail. And that's just because they didn't make the games mainstream enough or whatever that might have been. But yes, games are expensive to make, and yes, stuff people like Ubisoft making 20,000 Assassin's Creed games and stuff, and Activision Blizzard making 10 million Call of Duty games. Yeah, they're just riding the horse that makes the money. Yeah, I understand, because that's what they know. Even though, and this is another thing, folks, because I forgot about this, because I think this comes out this year as well. Let's see here, Avatar. Let's see here. Let's see. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Yes. That's coming out December 7th this year. That's the new open world-ish type of what people say like a cry game coming from Ubisoft that is coming to Xbox and everything. That's another game I'm going to get and probably play during that time a little bit. Even though it's going to be like a $70 game. I think it's $70. I think that's what they said it was going to be. I am going to buy this game just because I want to get it, because not that I'm only an Avatar fan, because yes, I am a shameful Avatar fan, but I want to see how this game is, because it looks pretty cool, because you could play it as a Na'vi type of character, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's going to be $70. So that's going to be, it's going to be an expensive game, but I'm going to be willing to pay for this, because it is a true next-gen game. It looks fantastic of what I've seen of this game so far. And this is one of those weird extra games. This game has been in the works for a very long time, which I'm surprised it didn't come out before the movie, but it came out after the movie, the Avatar movie, which is surprising. But it looks really interesting. You get to play as an Na'vi, you get all that stuff. I'm definitely getting this game and playing it when it comes out, because it just looks so different, it looks so new, and because I'd be in the world of Pandora to play it. It's just something I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna try it out. That's a game I forgot about again. I do, excuse me. I do have it on my list. I just forgot about it. I'll have to sneak that in between other games like my Yakuza games and stuff. But it looks like something that might succeed for Ubisoft. I hope it does. I hope this game does. I'm sure it's going to be straightforward and right to the point as a game, but it's something different. It's probably still going to be like Assassin's Creed-ish or whatever, but or like people were saying, cry game type gaming. But I'll be interested, and I am going to pick that game up. I will buy that game in December, folks, just to let you guys know. But Phil Spencer's right. Maybe publishers and game creators, you got the small game creators and stuff making unique, amazing games and stuff out there, but the larger, bigger, beefier people are staying close to their vests and going, we got to make this because it sells well, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. And maybe someday they got to open up and go into different categories or new venues. I know it's hard to do, but eventually people are going to get sick of playing the same stuff over and over again. Doing the same stuff over and over again. People are going to want something new and exciting. And then eventually bring back something, Innovation. I know it's hard. I know it's scary. But something that needs to be done. Let's see here. I'm just going to do a couple more stuff. I don't care about this Unity thing. Let's just say this for Unity. I think they're dead in the water. I think they're going, no matter how much they walk things back and talk about how they're going to do better with this and that, I think it's just like a lot of other podcasters and game authority people have been saying in the podcast and the open realm of things of Unity on the gaming side and the game production side and all that stuff. I think Unity shot themselves more in the foot than they need to. And my opinion, the only way Unity can stay as Unity and get game creators and businesses to come back to Unity or stick with them, two things would have to go down. One, the CEO would have to step down and they would have to make somebody else CEO of Unity. So what is it, John Lazzarata or whatever his name is? He would have to step down, and the CEO would have to stop being the CEO. That would be one main thing for change. Two, if the company Unity, if that's the name of the company as well, if they got purchased by somebody else, like a merger or something, somebody took them over. So the CEO being gone for one thing and Unity being taken over. That would be the way that people would look at it. And then as of the new company or new CEO, depending, or both, writes up a new contract saying, hey, this is what's going to be. This is what we're doing. We're going to be very open and clear here. We're not like the old guard. This is the new guard. This is how it's going to go forward. Guaranteed. This will be in everybody's contracts going forward. There. That on the table, Unity could still be used. People will still come back to Unity, probably. Because Unity is being used by a lot of people for many things. Indie projects, stupid phone games and stuff like that I hate still saying, to big games, like you see on Xbox and stuff. So the only way they're going to get that trust back is if first the CEO steps down, or in more dramatic ways, if the company is purchased and sold to somebody more trustworthy. That's the only way they're going to get out of this. Otherwise, just like everybody else is saying, I think Unity's going to go down. I think they hit that iceberg, and they're starting to sink. And next year, we're going to be hearing about Unity laying off all these other people, closing down ship, filing for Chapter 11 or something like that. I'm sure we're going to hear that unless if they do something really drastic to change that company around, and it's only going to take getting a new CEO in there and new people running the ship. It's harsh to say, but that's how business is. Weak leadership equals a weak company. Excuse me for that. Let's see here. Let's make some final stuff here. So Jim Ryan from PlayStation is leaving finally. He's retiring after 28 years with Sony. He became CEO of Sony Interactive in 2019 after starting with Sony Europe in 1994. I don't like the guy at all. I think he's a piece of shit as a CEO. I think he's very deaf to the consumers out there. I don't think he's a very likable guy, maybe internally either. Don't quote me on this. But I don't think he's helped Sony. I don't think he's helped PlayStation out that much at all since the former regime. Now, let's see here. The new CEO, temporary CEO, or CEO, what do they say? The intern CEO role will be taken over by Hiroki Totoki, so a Japanese guy, April 1st, 2024. So on April Fool's Day, he'll be taking over the ship to Sony as interim CEO. And maybe PlayStation might change. Maybe Sony and PlayStation might change. Because like I said, I didn't like any of Jim Ryan's words of wisdom. I didn't like how he directed the ship. I think he hurt PlayStation as a brand more than he helped lately. And I don't think he gave customers, whatever you want to say, I don't think he gave you guys the value you should deserve. That's why you don't hear me talk much about PlayStation and PlayStation games, because I don't want a PlayStation, because I think what Sony's been doing has been all wrong. And not that I'm saying Microsoft or Nintendo is perfect in any way, but I feel happier being a gamer playing on an Xbox, a Nintendo console, or PC, and not playing on PlayStation anymore because of the decision Jim Ryan and people have been making at Sony Interactive for a while now. And like I said, I'm glad he's going. I'm glad he's retiring. And I think he's only retired now because he knows Sony is going to be in some trouble and PlayStation is going to be in some trouble, because where are these games? Where's the software? Where's all this extra cool stuff? What? They're charging more for their PlayStation Plus and everything, and every tier, making it very expensive. Even though they're still cheaper than your average, what they say your average Game Pass subscription is for like Game Pass Ultimate. But you get more stuff with Game Pass Ultimate. More value, more games, more stuff. And they're not giving you any value at Sony. That's why if I do get a PlayStation game, if it comes on PC on Steam and eventually goes on sale and I'm not spending $50, $60 plus for the game, I'll buy it. Because I like some of these games, like that Spider-Man game I bought, Miles Morales. I purchased, what else? I said I purchased Zero Horizon Dawn. Eventually I'm going to play that. That was a PlayStation exclusive. Made for the PlayStation. I want to play that because that looks pretty interesting. There are games that they make that I would love to play, but I'm not going to play them on a PlayStation because I don't feel like spending another $400 to $600 on a PlayStation and not have much to play on it when I play most of my stuff on Game Pass and Xbox and PC and my Nintendo system. I'm in that ecosystem. And I know there's still people entrenched on the PlayStation side of the ecosystem, but how long until those people could maybe jump ship, until the value goes away, or they don't have that much of a library to worry about? Because everything's going to be digital now, and eventually they'll jump ship from that library to the Xbox side and go, ooh, look at all this stuff. Everything's a lot clearer and nicer over here, even though that's a lot of people hesitating to do that, and there's a lot of PlayStation fanboys that are probably going to call me out and go, oh, you're a piece of son of a bitch, Mr. Mike. But like I said, I feel for you guys. I want you guys to have better. I know we haven't had the best over on the Xbox side, but at least Microsoft was trying hard to give us something, even if it's from third parties that were bringing in games for Game Pass and stuff and spending money. So they've been trying. Sony and PlayStation, I don't think they've been trying at all. They've been coming out with all this new bullshit, you know. They came out with the PSVR 2. What's going on with that? Anything? Anything? No? Okay. They're coming out with that PlayStation handheld bullshit. People will buy it, I'm sure. But what's that for? Who's that for? I got something called the Rogue Ally. I can play a lot of my Xbox games on that. On my Game Pass games natively on the unit. I don't have to have my Xbox on for that. Just saying. I'm all about the value. Like I said, if PlayStation, if this new guy or any future guy that comes to PlayStation as CEO or whatever, and the internal people get their acts together and they make the next PlayStation and whatnot very intriguing, and they make a big lineup of games again, and they do all this stuff, you never know. Maybe I might get another PlayStation down the road. You know? Because it was originally PlayStation that I was with, but then I jumped ship to Xbox because I found Xbox having better offerings. And then I stuck with them because Microsoft treated me right as a gamer. You know, the Xbox treated me as a gamer. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And it's not helping them any that they had a big ransomware attack on their company lately, earlier. And what was it, around September 26th or something? They had a big ransomware group that just took a bunch of their data from Sony. Big cybersecurity hack and stuff. And they got all this data and all this other stuff. That happened to them before once, right? Where all their internal bad emails came out, and we found out how scummy Sony as a company was, and how they treated people in the film industry, and how they felt about everybody. And the same thing on the PlayStation side. They had all this bad stuff come out about them. And I guess these cybersecurity people got a whole bunch of stuff, over 6,000 files, and they're trying to sell the data. And yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard much more about this. But yeah. I know Microsoft had some issues with attacks, and I know that's not something that's just Sony, but it seems like Sony has a easier time of getting their data leaked than Xbox and Microsoft. Microsoft leaks their own data. Sony, they've been getting their data leaked externally for a while now. But yeah, we'll see how the new intern CEO of Sony will do. And Jim Ryan, even though, I don't like you, happy retirement if you're not trying to go somewhere else. I don't know, if he's really retiring. Should. If you got all that money in your pocket, why not? I don't think he was really into the gaming. He said he was because he was in charge of it, but I don't think he was. Especially from the past, the PlayStation's past and stuff, on what he said about who cares about old games. Bad. I still remember that till this day. That was the worst message you could bring to a gamer, especially on the PlayStation side, because there was a lot of great old PlayStation games that people would love to play till this day. And he just said, oh, who cares about these old games? That's why Game Pass is doing so bad. Not. And I think we're going to end the news, but I'm going to end it with this, the Rockstar thing. This is something that came up a while ago. Rockstar is talking about their GTA Plus membership and rotating assortment of classic games, which to me sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And nobody's ever going to do this or get this. Maybe one or two people, maybe people that are interested in seeing what this is. Otherwise, why would you buy a subscription to a GTA Plus membership to play older GTA games when you can buy them all? And they're talking about GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, probably other GTA games as well. But why would you pay $5.99 per month for a GTA membership on the PlayStation or Xbox when you can buy the GTA trilogy full out on those consoles, plus other games, Grand Theft Auto games? Who's gonna want to pay for a GTA subscription membership? What are they thinking over there, Rockstar? How greedy is Rockstar and Take-Two? This is where I get the worry words about the next Grand Theft Auto 6. I wonder how that is going to be. I really do. Because I worry immensely on how that's going to turn out to be. Because now that one of the houses is gone and all the other people have been gone, the Leslies and stuff like that, I hope the next Grand Theft Auto is good. I hope most of it is just a story. Sure, eventually GTA Online will be transformed into the new whatever Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. And I'll play some GTA Online. Don't get me wrong. I liked playing GTA Online for a while, but I would like to have something new with that. And I'm sure that's what they're trying to do, making a bigger area. But I'm hoping Grand Theft Auto proper is going to be really good. And then I also hear rumors. Now, no, these are rumors that they want to charge an arm and a leg for the game. And if they charge more than $70 for that game, you're going to count this guy out. Plus a lot of people. Because I don't think they should try to do that. That would just be bad for business. That'd be bad for consumers. And I don't care how much money they're throwing into this. You're just going to hurt the brand, the GTA brand in general, if you try to milk consumers because of your outlandishly bloated game that you're creating financially. And there's better ways of making that money back. Look at GTA 5. That's been a stable for them for a very long time financially. They just have to do that with the new GTA 6. Bring out a good game. Make it $70. Have GTA Online on there. Just make it free for the base part of it. And then start selling stuff like they do with shark cards and stuff. And then make more money from it. Make it better open world. Make everything better. That's all they have to do to make a good game, and they can still print that money for themselves. But people don't listen to that. Also, what I'm going to try to play during the week, because I also got this on the PC, if I do get through Starfield and some other stuff, I want to go back to playing some Phoenix Wright trilogy. Because that came out on Game Pass as well, folks, for your Game Pass people. Another great gaming trilogy that came out, which I purchased a long time ago for the Xbox, but I'm going to play on PC because it is on PC now for Game Pass. And I want to continue on with my Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy playthrough. Get all that played and done before the next Phoenix Wright games come out down the road. But yeah, that's on PC Game Pass as well. Xbox and PC Game Pass. So that's pretty cool. Phoenix Wright games are really cool. So that is going to be it, folks. That's going to be it, kiddies, for this rendition of the GamezAttack podcast. I can't believe I did it. And I haven't coughed too much lately. And even though my nose is super clogged up now, as you can hear again, thank you for listening to my nasally coughing drone noise. I hope it wasn't too harsh for you guys. And I can't believe I did it. I just wanted to try to put out this podcast for this week. I wanted to give you guys something. Little more something. I am feeling better, though, so thank you for anybody that's going to be asking. I will put up this video portion of the podcast up. It doesn't really care. It's nothing big on it, but I will have the video version up alongside with the regular podcast version of this podcast, the audio podcast version, I should say. I did have some actual email questions, but I'm not going to get to them this time around. I'll save them for the next time. Maybe I'll get some more. If you want to email me any comments or questions on video games or whatnot, feel free to email me at oldfreakygamer@gmail.com. That's oldfreakygamer. That's all one word at gmail.com. You can see that in the show notes as well if you want to find out how to spell everything right. And email me your comments and questions. I would love to get those emails. I'll also have this podcast open up for discussion on YouTube, where I'll post the video part of it on YouTube. So if you guys got any comments or questions for me on there, feel free to ask. Ask away. Let me get some light here, because I didn't have any light on for me. So, again, just recovering from COVID. I'm going back to work tomorrow, so wish me luck, folks. And this Friday, like I said, it'll be a nice calming back into the gaming streaming with some Minecraft mining mayhem this week. Next week, I'll be recording and streaming a lot of Forza Motorsport. So we'll be doing a lot of that next week as the next Friday stream and next first gameplay of Forza Motorsport proper. That'll be the 10th of next week. So that'll be great. And then the following week, it'll be Super Mario Brothers Wonder. So that'll be that Friday. So that'll be something to stream on Friday. So a lot of good stuff coming up in gaming. It's always a great time to be a gamer, as long as I can game. So everybody, tell your friends, family about this podcast. It goes up every other week, if I'm not sick, of course, which I'm surprised I got it up this week. But every other week, you could get it at oldfreakygamer.com. You could also get it at podbean.com/oldfreakygamer. And it's on every major podcast app that you could get it at. If you go to iTunes, Google Play Store, or Amazon Podcast, it's also available on there, the GamezAttack podcast. Now note, it's called the GamezAttack podcast. When you see that little evil me, as I made a rendition of the crazy evil me gaming. And, let people know about OldFreakyGamer.com. That's where I post up all the latest videos and podcasts and stuff up on there. I do have a schedule. I'll eventually put that bad boy back up. Like I said, I didn't know I was going to be able to have this podcast up for Monday or not, but I did. I am, so that's going to be great. So again, thank you, one and all, and I will be back again, like I said, Friday, stream, Minecraft Mighty Mayhem. Thank you for listening, everybody. So everybody, this is Mr. Mike saying, game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button. The show is now game over. Hasta la vista.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
Enjoy your gaming.
That's a good game.